NordVPN wants to protect your privacy. It also wants your money. And interestingly, both of those things can be true at the same time. NordVPN is probably one of the most recognizable VPN brands on the planet. But in 2026, calling it just a VPN is becoming increasingly inaccurate. It now offers phishing protection, malware protection, dark web monitoring, meshnet, dedicated IP options, a protocol designed for restrictive networks, and even post-quantum encryption, which sounds impressive, but features are easy to advertise. The harder question is, do any of these things make a meaningful difference to you? I've been using and exploring NordVPN myself, and in this review, I'm going beyond the usual connect to server, IP changed 5 stars routine.
We'll look at its privacy, speed, features, pricing, the things I genuinely like, the things I don't, and ultimately whether you should actually pay for NordVPN in 2026.
Welcome back to DroidCrunch. I'm Lokesh Kapoor. And stay with me until the pricing section, because the number NordVPN shows you first is not necessarily the number that matters most. Chapter 1. So, what are you actually buying? Let's get one misconception out of the way first. A VPN does not make you anonymous.
If you log into Google, Instagram, Amazon, the internet still knows it's you. What a VPN server, while websites typically see the VPN server's original public IP.
And that becomes especially useful when you're using networks you don't fully trust. Think hotels, airports, cafes, co-working spaces, basically anywhere the Wi-Fi password is written on a chalkboard next to the cappuccino menu.
NordVPN currently operates a massive network with thousands of servers across 224 locations, and one subscription supports up to 10 simultaneous device connections. For most people, 10 devices is plenty, unless you collect electronics like Pokemon. But the bigger point is this. In 2026, NordVPN isn't really positioning itself as an IP-changing utility anymore. It's positioning itself as a broader digital security layer, and that changes how we should judge it. Chapter 2. Can you actually trust NordVPN? Here's the weird thing about VPNs. You use one because you don't necessarily want your internet provider seeing everything you do, so you move that trust to the VPN company. That means a VPN's privacy policy matters a lot more than its beautiful world map. NordVPN operates under Panama jurisdiction and follows a no-logs policy. But anyone can write no logs on a landing page. What makes NordVPN more interesting is that its no-logs practices have repeatedly gone through independent assurance reviews. By 2025, NordVPN had completed its 6th independent no-logs assurance, with the later assessments carried out by Deloitte. And I think that distinction matters. Not because an audit magically makes any company perfect, it doesn't. But repeated third-party verification is a much stronger signal than, trust us, we made a shield icon. Then there's the kill switch. If your VPN connection unexpectedly drops, a kill switch can prevent selected traffic or, depending on your configuration, your internet connection from quietly continuing without VPN protection. There are also specialty options like double VPN. Your traffic can be routed through 2 VPN servers instead of 1. Do you need that while watching cat videos? Probably not. But for users with higher privacy requirements, the option exists. Chapter 3. NordVPN is preparing for the quantum era. This is one of the more interesting NordVPN developments, post-quantum encryption. Now, before anyone starts picturing a quantum computer breaking into your Netflix account tonight, that's not what's happening. The concern is longer term. One security concept is sometimes described as harvest now, decrypt later.
Attackers can capture encrypted data today. They can decrypt it years later. This happens when computers become more powerful.
NordVPN first introduced its post-quantum protection on Linux in 2024 and expanded it to more major platforms afterward. It currently works with NordLynx and isn't compatible with every configuration. Dedicated IP, meshnet, and some other modes have limitations. So I wouldn't buy NordVPN just because somebody put the word quantum on a web page. That would be peak 2026 marketing. But I do like what the feature represents. Good security isn't only about solving today's problem. It's also about noticing tomorrow's problem early. Chapter 4. Speed. This is where NordVPN gets serious. NordVPN's default high-performance protocol is NordLynx, based on WireGuard technology, and performance is one area where NordVPN consistently ranks near the top. In TechRadar's 2026 testing, NordLynx reached around 1,249 megabits per second in its high-speed test environment. Now please don't hear that number and expect your 100 megabit broadband connection to become 12 times faster. A VPN is not black market internet steroids. Your real result depends on your original connection, server distance, congestion, hardware, and protocol. What those tests tell us is that NordLynx itself can handle very high throughput without becoming a major bottleneck. And that matters more in real life. When I use a VPN, I don't want to constantly think about the VPN. That's actually the complement. Connect, forget, work. For streaming, NordVPN also integrates SmartPlay automatically. And independent testing continues to rate NordVPN strongly for accessing popular streaming services. But streaming access is never something I'd call permanently guaranteed. Netflix and other platforms change their detection systems. VPN providers adapt, then platforms adapt again. It's basically cybersecurity Tom and Jerry. Chapter 5. The features that actually matter for freelancers. This is where NordVPN starts making more sense for the DroidCrunch audience. Because if you're a freelancer, marketer, agency owner, or remote worker, your problem isn't simply, I want to watch another country's Netflix. You're logging into WordPress dashboards, client CRM's ad accounts, cloud storage, analytics, email, payment tools, sometimes from multiple networks and multiple locations. So let's talk about features that can actually matter. First, split tunneling. It lets you decide which applications use the VPN and which ones use your regular connection. Maybe your browser needs the VPN while another application doesn't. Simple feature, surprisingly useful. Then there's dedicated IP. Normally, many VPN users can share the same IP. With a dedicated IP add-on, you can have a consistent IP address assigned for your use. That can be useful when a client server, admin panel, or business system relies on IP allow listing. It can also reduce some of the friction that comes with constantly changing shared VPN IP addresses. But dedicated IP costs extra, so don't buy it because it sounds professional. Buy it if your workflow actually needs a static IP. Then there's MeshNet. MeshNet lets you create private connections between devices. That opens up interesting possibilities for remote access, securely sharing files, connecting devices, and routing traffic through another device. And MeshNet itself is available free. Now let's talk about something digital marketers should pay attention to: phishing protection. NordVPN has been expanding what used to be positioned as Threat Protection Pro into a broader next-generation antivirus and web protection layer. And there's independent data here. In AV Comparative's 2026 anti-phishing certification test, NordVPN blocked 96% of 275 active phishing URLs used in the test, and it produced 0 false positives across 200 legitimate sites in that certification test. That was up from 90% detection in its 2025 certification. That improvement matters, because if you work online all day, your biggest security risk may not be some hacker dramatically typing green code in a basement. It might simply be one convincing link, one fake client login, one fake Google Drive page, one urgent invoice. Click, game over. Chapter 6. An important detail for Indian users. If you're watching from India, here's something worth knowing. NordVPN shut down its physical Indian servers following India's CERT-in rules, announced in 2022. But in January 2024, NordVPN brought back access to an Indian virtual location with an Indian IP address. The important word there is virtual. Selecting India doesn't necessarily mean the physical server hardware is sitting inside India. For everyday browsing, that distinction may not matter much, but for latency-sensitive workflows or anyone specifically concerned with physical server jurisdiction, it's worth understanding. And it teaches a broader lesson. Never judge a VPN only by the giant number next to countries supported. A location on a map and a physical machine in that location are not always the same thing. Chapter 7. Pricing. Here's the part you should actually read. Okay, let's talk money. At the time I'm recording this review, NordVPN's US pricing page is advertising its 2-year basic plan at around $3.49 per month, with 3 additional months included in that particular promotion. That works out to around $94.23 for the first 27 months before applicable tax. Sounds excellent. And for the initial term, it is. But here's the sentence you should never skip: renewal pricing. NordVPN currently lists that basic plan as renewing at $139.08 per year. Complete is currently around $4.49 per month on the 2-year introductory offer, while Prime sits higher. Prices and promotions can change by country, and by the time you watch this video, so always check the current deal. But the principle stays the same. Don't look only at the giant monthly number. Look at, what am I paying today? How long am I getting? And what happens when it renews? That doesn't make NordVPN a bad deal. It makes NordVPN a deal you should understand before buying. For most people who mainly want the VPN, I think basic is the sensible starting point. Go higher only if you genuinely want the additional security, monitoring, password management, or storage features included with those plans. Because software companies are extremely good at convincing us that a feature becomes essential the moment they put a green checkmark beside it. Final verdict. So after looking at everything, would I recommend NordVPN in 2026? Yes, but not everyone. If you want the absolute cheapest VPN available, NordVPN probably isn't the obvious answer. If unlimited simultaneous device connections are your number one priority, competitors such as Surfshark deserve a look. And if you think buying a VPN suddenly makes you anonymous online, save your money and fix that expectation first. But if you're a freelancer, remote worker, marketer, agency owner, or simply someone who wants a VPN that combines strong performance, a repeatedly assessed no-logs policy, good apps, useful security features, strong streaming support, and extras like MeshNet, dedicated IP options, and phishing protection, NordVPN is very easy to recommend. Not because it's perfect, it isn't, but because there are very few areas where it feels seriously weak. And I think that is NordVPN's real advantage. It doesn't win because of one magical feature. It wins by being consistently good at most of the things people actually buy a VPN for. And if you've watched this far and NordVPN sounds like the right fit for you, I've put my NordVPN link in the description below. Use that link to check the current offer available when you're watching this, because promotions do change over time. NordVPN also currently offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you have time to install it, test it with your own internet connection, try the service you actually need, and decide whether it deserves a place in your workflow. And that's exactly what I recommend. Don't buy a VPN because I gave it an 8.8. Test it because your workflow is different from mine. If it works for you, keep it. If it doesn't, you've learned that before committing long term. And the link below is an affiliate link. Using it also helps support DroidCrunch at no additional cost to you. So thank you if you choose to use it. If this review saved you from 3 hours of comparing VPN websites that all claim to be military grade, hit like. Subscribe to DroidCrunch and comment VPN battle. If you want me to put NordVPN, Surfshark, and ProtonVPN head to head next. I'm Lokesh Kapoor. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.